Hello, welcome back to Creeping and Colorful. It is Backgrounds on a Budget Thursday, and instead of being creepy today, I'm not going to be really creepy. I'm feeling springy, so even though the book is called Goblin Core, I had picked a page for Mother's Day for the month of May, excuse me, that I started to color. And then I was thinking, okay, this might be the perfect thing to use for my backgrounds on a budget project today. And here's what I'm going to attempt to do. On the back frame of this, it's not really the background of the page, the picture per se, it's the frame of it. I'm going to attempt to add napkins. Now these are some of the napkins I've had. And I know I keep telling you guys that I have done junk journaling, and I still have a lot of stuff from that little craftiness part of my hobby world. And I've gotten quite a few that I have accumulated that are kind of springy. And they're not expensive. In fact, you could probably get patriotic ones right now. You can get spring ones. They do have some at Dollar Tree and at Dollar General. And I've gotten some of these at, actually, this one that I'm going to show you that isn't. This is cool. Look at how it's got foil. This one I got at Walmart. And you could use that on a background also. You could just put that down the side. Now look how pretty that would be. And maybe I'll use that one, just as an example. But what I'm here to tell you is that this is cheap. You're going to get a big stack of these. And I have already done this, so I can't show you how to do this. But they come in layers. And what you will want to end up with is the top layer. Now the thing with these, this one here, there's only this part of, like the very top part of this napkin is the only one that has the shininess, this gold foil. But you can piece it. I mean, you don't have to have all of it. You can piece it, and you might be able to get 2 sides at least, and then do the rest just with the swirly part. Like that. Let me get a drink quick. It figures I haven't been talking all day, and so for some reason my throat decides it's gonna get attitude on me again. And the fact that now it's a nice rainy day after all the hot days, my allergies are just nasty. Okay, we're gonna just go looking through these. Here's a pattern also that you could put along the side. That would look pretty. And the way I'm going to be applying these is with Mod Podge. And that you can get at Dollar Tree or Walmart. And they do have this. I'm going to bring you down closer. And they do have this at Dollar General also. So we're going to try to figure out which one we're going to use. This one has blueberries on it. And you know what? This one I forgot to take apart. Ah ha ha ha. And the way I do that is I always play around with the edges. And you just peel them back. Now this one's got more than 2. But the majority of them will have at least, at the minimum, 2 layers. This one looks like it has 3. And I'm just going to keep until it gets loose. Other people take tape. I don't trust myself putting tape on there and pulling it off and not ripping this. But this is the part that you would want, because this is the part that is the printed design. Then you'll have these just so. And you know what I do with these? I don't even waste these. I just pile these up and we use them as regular napkins. We just grab a few and we just use them. So we don't waste anything. Here's an idea. If you wanted to do blueberry. This one already is got that little bit of a, and it fits right in there. I don't know if you can see that, but it fits right in that spot. And you could do that around your frame of your picture. And the easiest way to do this is to, just cut it. Just cut it right along there. And then you can see, now here you can see it. See, it's just the right width for that. I didn't plan that either. Now, this one has like a, not very pretty, but I mean it is, but it isn't, because it's just like, I don't know what you would call kind of artwork. Maybe watercolor, I'm not sure. But you have so many ideas that you can get. I have so many, I mean tons. I have a lot of, I know this is going to be a shock, but I have a lot of horror ones, Halloween ones. There's these flowers, you can just put them, and even if some are missing, and you're just doing like a pretty spring theme on the side here, that would look pretty. So there are ideas that you can use, but I'm just going to show you all the ones that I have here, since we have time. This project won't take long to do once we do it. Here's another one. You can lay it out, and this one's pretty because it's got some colors, but it's mostly green, which would be pretty for this kind of page. I'm sorry if you hear my little girl. She's in an episode. We didn't get her fixed, and so that's what we get to hear. There's a pretty one with butterflies. Okay, come on now. See how big these pieces are? And then you can just put butterflies along the edge. Oh my gosh, I gotta stop looking because I'm liking a lot of these options. This one here has butterflies in it that you could just take out the butterflies. Just like these little ones. You could put little ones along the edge. Or you could put, like big ones in a corner here. And that would take up some of that. But just put a big one in the corner. Just fussy cut around it. And if you can't fussy cut, then that's definitely not for you. Then I'd go with the multiple butterfly one. I just grabbed a few that I thought would look pretty. I don't know. I might go with this one. I don't know. Because it's actually got the end here being thick, and then it's just got a little bit of floral, so it's not all floral. And yeah, look at this. I could do the entire page because there's some there. I would have to get rid of this part though. I think I could do that. Maybe, maybe not. I'd have to have a second one. But that already has another border to it. And you could make or you could just do it with the flowers and just have little pieces like that. So we're going to work on that today. Let me figure out which one I want to do. I'm leaning toward butterfly only because they have butterfly wings. And I don't have to really worry about it being perfect. So that's how I am. I'm going to measure this and see what this is. So when I do cut it, looks like 3/4 of an inch. I'll cut 3/4 of an inch, and then we'll go from there. See, come on now. Let me get rid of all this other stuff. That'll help. Okay. I'm going to keep it folded in half like that. sure that, there we go. And I'm going to flip it over one more time, and I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to get my pen out, or my pencil, or whatever I can grab at this point, and I'm going to mark 3/4 here, 3/4 up here, and I'm going to try to hold this here and hold this here. I'm going to apply pressure. Do I want to do this? Do I think that this will work for me? Or should I just cut it? Oh my goodness. Such a going on. Let me see if this will work. I'm going to bring this over here. Move my book a little bit. Look out, she's got a sharp instrument. Look out. I'm going to take this booger and see if I can do this. It should cut good because it is a very thin thing to cut. There goes my thumb. And look at that. Now I have that strip. I'm going to do another 3/4 inch for the other side. I believe that will also be 3/4. Oh, no. Let me see here. I think it's here. And here. Wait, what did I have it at? I gotta look again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna put my ruler up there. Can you guys see what I'm doing, or am I just here? Let me go out. Then you can see the whole process of me cutting it. I have such a small area to work with. Okay. Now I'm just gonna go straight down through here. Clean cut. Little off there. That ain't gonna matter. I'm not going to be picky. Okay, let me see what this is. 1/2 inch. So we'll do 1/2 inch strips for the top. Just to do something different, and another method that isn't that expensive and can be fun. When you go out and look at napkins, you're going to see so many varieties. It's going to drive you insane. I mean, when I first got into this and they were like, oh, we use napkin. I'm like, oh my, oops. That was me. I didn't hold this ruler down. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did you have to introduce napkins to the mix amongst everything else? Okay. Now, I didn't have a hold of it. And let me see if this one is the same. You know, these outside things don't seem to be the same measurements. And I don't know why. But we'll go with it. Alright. Yeah, I was just sitting here and I was like, what day is today? Oh crap. It's backgrounds on a budget. And I'm coloring in this book, and I look up and I see, I'm watching YouTube while I'm doing this, and I see on YouTube somebody's talking about napkins. I'm like, yeah, that's an idea. So this hasn't been a thought out process. This is a spur of the moment. Oh, it just came into my head type thing. So yeah, sometimes when I do that, that can be dangerous when I get ideas. And it can definitely not be a good thing. I got a big fuzzy on here. Alright. I'm going to just take the Mod Podge and I'm going to put it in here. This is old Mod Podge. And it's kind of... I hope you don't mind that you're still going to be up and out while I'm doing this. Because it's just going to be a simple paintbrushing this on and then putting these strips that I cut on the designated areas. So I'm going to do this side first. I'm just going to put the Mod Podge on right along there. Okay. And then I'm going to take my big strip here and I'm going to lay it right down on top. And just press it as you go. I've never done this, so this, like I said, this is not something I planned or anything. And then I'm just going to go over top of it, and that'll seal it on there. Please put something underneath so you don't glue your pages together. And I don't think this will take long to dry either. So that's a good thing. And just like that, you have your border done. Okay, let me get a scissor to cut off this little bit right here. And it looks like it, and if when it dries, I'm going to trim all that because I didn't go all the way over toward the line like I should have. But now we'll try. I'm going to do the bottom part here. And let me see which strip is... Ooh, that could be a problem. You see how the butterflies are going? You know what? I don't really care. And if you need to be mindful of that, if you would rather be mindful of that, then you know what? Maybe I have another idea. Let me get this other end coming on here. Maybe I'll put a different type of napkin on the bottom. That I could do. Or cut the strips the other way on the butterfly. Let me see. It goes this way. That's what we're gonna do. Put this one in. Okay. Now, just going to put this right here and lay it. And if it comes apart like that, it doesn't matter because you're just going to push it down and it'll go right down. I'm a little bit over there. I can cut that right off. That's not going to be a problem. Okay, now I'm just going to go over top of it with another coat of Mod Podge. And let that one go. This one's going to be dry soon, I think. And I can just trim all that off because I won't do that until it is good. Like, see, I could do this like this way, cut it this way, which is probably what I'll do. I'll make my life a little bit easier. And that was 1/2 inch, I believe. So I will cut it this way. I don't want to get on that wet stuff there. I do need this again. Yep, 1/2 inch. Whoop. You need the point out in order to make a spot, right? Okay. This end. Okay, where's my mark? What the heck? How did I do that? Oh, there it is. I see it now. It blended in with that flower. That's right there. This one is right here. And I hold on to it and try to figure out where my knife just went. Oh, I put it back because I thought I was all done. No funny stuff. Okay. This one didn't cut that well. That's okay. I'm going to open it up and do another one for the top, which was a little bit different in size. So I think it was anyway. Let me double check. All right, so we got there. Now I can see it. I probably still won't. There to there. Hold it down pretty good and hope it doesn't bunch up again on me. Just a little bit it is. Come on now. It's because it's so flimsy. There we go. Okay. Come on now. What's going on? Alrighty. Boop. Now I can put this away. I always put that away because it's a dangerous instrument and I should not have anything like that around me because I tend to get boo-boos. Alright, let's go back to here. And I'll do the top first. And I'll do this one for the top. And let me see if I can cut that, get that little piece off of there. Cut that straight across there and see where it's going to stop. It's okay if it overlaps. That's no big deal, really. I don't think. We'll see what we got here. Put some Mod Podge down. You don't need a whole lot. Just enough to make it wet enough to stick. And then go over top. Now we're going to go over top of it. Oop, that was a clump of something. And then I'm doing the bottom with this piece of, let me see, so make sure that's, it's like waving, but you see it flattens out then. It just gets wavy the first time it's wet, but it flattens out. That flattened out nicely. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where to cut it. I'm going to give it a little bit of an overlap so that I know that I'm not going to be short. I have lots of horror ones that I can use. I mean, I'm glad I had an epiphany or whatever you want to call it. Now just go over it with the Mod Podge again. And just like that, you have the border of this. And this is a good thing for me because I get to use it with my napkins, which I have an immense supply of. And I don't have to worry about the borders now. I can have all different borders because I have all different napkins that I can use. That is so awesome. I mean, I could go through my book, look at the pages, pick out a border, and then I'll be able to play off that border how I'm going to color the page. So now I know when I do these butterflies, I'm going to make this little baby one maybe the bluish, like it would be a little baby boy, and her I'm going to probably do a salmon color, salmon and yellow in her wings, so that it kind of matches. Or another thing I could do is incorporate that in the flowers if I don't want to incorporate it into their wings. So, and that's that. Quick, simple, doesn't really do anything to the back of your pages. Hasn't done anything to these at all. But yeah, and then you can just trim off what you need to trim off. Just trim off that, like I'll be able to trim that off as soon as it's totally dry. I'm going to just give it a while, and then I'm going to be able to and I can trim this off too, right here, pretty well. So, but that's what I get for trying to rush through it. And it's a little tricky getting in there because you see now I have this piece here. If I have a sliver of this and I want to cover that up, I can do that. But that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm not going to worry. But what I don't think you should do, when you do this, just let it, if you don't have a hair dryer or whatever, or heat tool, just let it dry give it about 15-20 minutes, because this here on this side is already dry. And then you can close your book or whatever, because if you do that, if you don't wait, the ones that you just think these are still a little wet, and you could go look over it to make sure that it is actually down. See, I got all that to trim off the top there. And if I see anything that's sticking up, I can go over it again and make sure it stays. But the best part about doing this is the Mod Podge that you put on top is sealing it. It's not only making sure it stays in there, but it also puts a coat over it. It's sealed. So, well, I hope you like this idea and I hope you try it. I'd like to see some more of these out in the world, in the coloring world. And if you get fancy schmancy and want to fussy cut some stuff, you can actually add them to your pictures, which would be pretty cool. But I hope I get to see other people trying this one out. I really like this idea, only for the simple fact that it's quick and easy. It helps me figure out what color scheme to use within the picture, which is going to be good. And also, I have a, pardon the French, shit ton of napkins, and I thought, what am I going to do with all these now? I mean, I got boxes full. Every time I see one, oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, I love that. And I always got them on sale. So yeah. And I've even gotten ones that are shaped. But yeah, I hope you like this idea. Let me know what you think. I think it's a pretty good idea. And I think I might be using this, like I said, especially in these books, because they all have most of the pictures that have a frame. Man, in this book, I could just go crazy with the ones that, well, this is like a Christmas one. To me, it looks Christmassy. I don't know why. Why am I thinking that it looks Christmassy? It's two rats. Where the heck did I get Christmas from? Those aren't poinsettias. I don't know. Okay. I must be getting tired. But look at this one. I have one up there that is bees. I could put a bee border, like a honeycomb border around here. That would look awesome. I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I'm going to be going through all my napkins, and I'm going to be doing borders, especially in these books, because these books have that border in it. I know the mythographic have that too. Haha, yeah. That's a cool idea. I gave myself an idea. I'm not, this isn't flat on the other pages, so it's not going to, in fact, it's almost dry already. That's awesomeness. It's quick, to the point, awesomeness. Well now, I feel good about today's project. It didn't fumble with it. It wasn't hard to do. It's cheap and quick and easy and can help you with your color schemes, your color choices, and to not have to worry about what to do with your border, and actually create a border that's pretty and cute, and however you want to say it. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this little tutorial, and subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, thank you so much. Please stay happy, stay healthy, stay colorful, stay creepy now and then. Just a little bit creepy is okay. You know, it's not going to harm anything, right? And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.